'Cause I was trying to let everybody else have time to schedule stuff. Because if we schedule more than one thing, then it kind of won't let everybody else do their thing. So I had stopped scheduling it. So just give everybody about till 1:05. I'm just gonna play my little singing bowls until about 1:05, and then we could start the chat. I guess waiting on everybody. How y'all doing today? Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me?
Turn it up a little bit if you can. It's just really
Can y'all hear me?
not really well.
So 1:05, y'all. We gonna start. How y'all doing today? All right, family. All right. So I guess we can begin the metaphysical chat today. Uh, or start it in, I think, about 3 more minutes. Maybe more people will come in today. I don't know because I forgot to schedule it last night. We was trying something new so other people could maybe do discussions or stuff like that. So I didn't schedule it like I usually do at the beginning of the week, so people might think I had canceled it or something. But anyway, we can start the discussion. So I think the way that I wanted to do this today was I wanted to start this out with just getting a general census from everybody on the chat, why you here and what you want to get from the group. You know what I'm saying? So that we can begin to, tailor the message more to help. Like, if you're here to teach, if you're here to learn, try to get a gauge on what everybody needs and what they, you know, what they want to accomplish from the group. So I'll start off with myself and then I'll pass it to Pash and Isis. So of course y'all know who I am. I'm Nefertiti, and uh, the reason why I started this group was really just to have a forum for everybody who's going through stuff metaphysically, who needs support, guidance. I also started it to teach and also to learn from you all. So um, that's like what I felt like my calling was, to like teach and to like heal and to help people. So that's kind of the reason why I started the group. And so that's kind of why I'm here, just to learn, to teach, and to, try to increase my vibration and share everything that I go through, because I'm still learning, So as I learn, I teach, and that helps me, and I think it helps everybody else. So I'll let you guys go. Hey, Pash. That's strange. I can't hear. Okay, I can hear
Can
now.
can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you okay now.
Okay. Hey y'all, my name is Pash. You can also call me Passion. The reason I joined this group is because I like to share my thoughts with like-minded individuals, and I feel that my calling is particularly exercising my throat chakra. So, moving out of
All right.
fear.
I think it's like breaking up. Would you like to go, Isis?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, Supreme Rising to
Grand
Iris,
Rising.
you and Passion. So, the reason why I'm here is to, of course, increase my knowledge, and my vibration. Um, and also, I met you, or didn't really meet you, but I saw you in Mystics group, and I don't know, you just lit something more within me. So I'm here to basically support, to enlighten. This journey has been amazing journey. I went through several different emotions when I first awakened back in 2017. And it has been a journey. Now I embrace it. I don't look at those um, those trying times that we all, when we awaken, those you're angry, you're sad. Now I have a balance because I'm doing the things that I need to do to increase my vibration. I meditate, and I just look at things on a different level now. I don't look at it as just look at it as a learning experience. I'm also here to enlighten others as well as learn, because I'm always a student. I'm always learning. I feel like that's something that will always be eternal for me anyway, because that's what we'll take wherever we are, on whatever realm we're at or on, is our consciousness. So I'm always evolving that, and just here for support or whatever. I'm a chameleon, or I'm very fluid when it comes to different things. I can multitask. I'm just here for my people. I love my species, and I'm just here to the support of my people. And that's all I really have to say. Peace and love to all of you, and it's amazing to be on this with you guys.
Yes, it is. It's amazing to be on here with you all too. Um, so Derek, what we're doing is I just asked the members who was on participating to just unmute themselves briefly and just say what they what they want to get from the group. What we're trying to do is just get a gauge on why everybody's here, what they're called to do, what they're looking to get out of the group, so we can begin to support people in that path. So I think um, you would be up next. And welcome.
Hello, all. My name is Derek, and what I would like to get from the group mostly is community. This conscious thing is a lonely thing, and not too many people share my views and the way I look at things. That's why I come on here for like-minded people. Um, I'm just here to learn. That's why mostly I don't say much. I just trying to observe and just trying to pick up and learn. So that's my goal. And thank y'all for having me on.
Oh, Ashe, thank you for joining and thank you for being a member and sharing your journey with all of us. That helps us all. Like I think what we don't realize is that as we're growing and as we're sharing, it's somebody that's going through that same thing. And you're right, it's not a lot of people out here who are awakened who can have these type of conversations. So it is kind of like a safe place for all of us to be able to express, what we need to express. So I think we have, hey Jack, how are you? So what we're doing is we're just introducing ourselves kind of to the group and just basically saying what we want to get out of, this group, why we're here, what our purpose is, so we can begin to, help each other, in our spiritual paths. So it looks like you're up next. So it's just brief. You ain't got to say a whole lot or whatever. Just whatever you move to say. Hello? You going to speak, Jack, or you're not going to speak today? All right. I see he unmuted his mic. If you are having mic troubles, that's fine. You can just include what you want to include as I'm talking. So let's pick up the discussion. So today I kind of wanted to start this out by first of all, just telling everybody peace, love, and light, and to begin vibrating higher as we're, going through this ascension and everything that's going on currently as we speak. I think last week we were talking a little bit about the CERN thing and what was going on with that, and that they had already activated it basically, but that they were going to begin increasing the power to it. And I think I made the group aware that when this time happened and that portal opened, that we would start to see a lot of things take place. And lo and behold, we have. So I think in the last week alone, we have seen world leaders fall. We've seen the British Prime Minister fall. A lot of his, members of the parliament have resigned. We've seen the president of Sri Lanka basically running for his life because all of his people came and stormed the palace. We've seen the ex-PM of Japan get assassinated. We've seen in the last week unprecedented natural disasters everywhere. And I think I told you all, I had a post with a lady, and for her, she was standing by a church. I don't know if you all seen that post, but I might try to share my screen and pull it up real quick. But let me see if I could share my screen, because I done tried to do this before and, it gets funny. So if my volume or something go out or y'all can't see it, let me know real quick. Let's see. Hold on. Let's see. Okay. It says I'm sharing my screen. So let me know if you all can see this. Hold up. Because it's two things I want to show y'all. Okay. So can you all see my screen? Just anybody say yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So I'm getting ready to play this video, and I want y'all to look at this because this happened like right after they increased the power to CERN. Just pay attention.
Y'all, I am in my yard. Watch my face. This is not an app doing this. This is my yard. The church is behind me. Watch my face. Church, you can see straight through me. I kid you not. Look at this. Whoa.
Now, that's a really deep post on a lot of levels, because basically this lady's showing you a lot, and I don't know if you all can see that, but first of all, you can see that she's being housed by another entity, because when she goes through the light, you can literally see ancestor's face within her face. But you can also see that she's by a church, and I would wonder, to me, if that church isn't by like a graveyard, like if that's one of them churches that has a cemetery by it or whatever, because I don't think that this lady even realizes like what's going on and why you can see through her. And they're doing stuff with the timelines, and they're doing stuff to accelerate particles and things like that, because what they want to do is they want to try to change the timeline again from what it's currently going into. And they've done this before, and I know you all have probably heard a lot of people talk about the Mandela effect, how we remember certain stuff, and then you go on, Google, or they say that it never existed, but it did. And so what's basically happening is they're trying to do that because they want to have more time, but because of the frequency that we're in now, or the part of space that we're in right now, basically when they're opening up these portals, what they don't understand, or what's happening for us, is it's actually bringing on their destruction, but it's also bringing through our ancestors and stuff. So I wanted to show y'all this as well. And I mean, anybody can talk because we also had the Georgia Guidestones got struck by a laser. They tried to show and say that some guy came with a bomb, but that wasn't it. Because if you look at like Isis Wisdom, all of them posted it. You could clearly see that a laser or something struck that one. But then they bulldozed the whole entire thing, which I thought was very interesting. But in our current events chat, a brother made me aware, I think it might have been Miko, that it's actually something that might be housed up under those Godstones that they were trying to unloose. Now, that would be interesting because when they open up that portal, basically, if you've been, listening to the underground and stuff, they talk about that even the scientists who've been working at CERN have been like losing their minds, going crazy, committing suicide and stuff like that. Because when you open up these portals, you can also be tricked. And in our old history, this has happened before. Like if you studied like the Sumerians, the Lemurians, the Atlanteans, the same thing happened. And that's how Atlantis got destroyed, was they were messing with the particle accelerator. And they did something and it sunk Atlantis. And that's what created our ancestor ocean. And that's why we got the little, the Atlantic Ocean and all of that covering that. But now it's starting to recede. But it can cause massive destruction and cause things to happen on the earth. So I'm finna tie in that with what's going on right now. So they opened up that portal. Then you had this. Now just check this out. Now look at this ancestor's face, y'all, in the smoke, in the plume.
Volcano in the Kuril Islands threw ash to a height of up to 2 kilometers. Russia. Heavy rain with hail in Izki and Jabal al-Akhdar, Oman.
And like, if you go on YouTube right now and you just type in natural disasters for this week that happened from 7/2 to July 2nd to the July 8th, you will see that it is like massive natural disasters going on everywhere. And people love to come on my post like it's hard, it's weather modification. But what they have to understand is a lot of those satellites done got knocked out of the air that they're trying to do the weather modification with. And all of this that we're seeing right now is not the result of weather modification. It's actually the result of them opening up portals and unleashing some stuff on this earth. But what they never understood and what they should have understood was that they're doing nothing but pushing the buttons for their own reset. Like they're actually pushing the buttons that's getting ready to help their own destruction and help us go into the new earth. So it's kind of like right now they being controlled by stuff that's actually helping us. This is not hurting us, what's happening right now. Because the more that they tear down this system and the more they bring destruction to themselves, the quicker that they're accelerating this new earth to come into place. Now, it's very interesting because I was looking at Yellowstone, because you guys know I be keeping up with Yellowstone, right? And so I'm just going to play a brief snippet of this video because I want to make everybody aware that there's a lot of activity, not only going on in Yellowstone, but all over the world, especially in the Ring of Fire right now. And these people know that we're watching this, so they actually cut off the seismograms, y'all, last week. Just look at this.
Hey, starting off here at the Yellowstone supervolcano caldera, and then we're going to go look at some seismographs around the world that are showing some mysterious data for unknown reasons here today, and here recently as well. We're starting off looking at the seismographs at the caldera. You can see a lot of these seismographs, 14 to be exact, are blank and have been blank for several hours until the last 2.5, maybe 3 hours. But for some reason, half of these seismographs were blank today, and then we have some other seismographs that have an excess of earthquake activity. Those are the red vertical lines you see right there. Those represent earthquakes up here at the northeast entrance, Parker Peak, down here at Little West Thumb, and also down here at the far southern edge of the caldera. Here in the last hour, there's been a couple of earthquake signatures at Flag Ranch. But for unknown reasons, 14 seismographs at the supervolcano caldera have missing data for at least 20 hours of the last 24 hours. Want to look at some global seismographs right now as I do this video. We're going up to the Aleutian Islands. That would be right up here, this chain of islands, south and west of Alaska. But we're coming over here today looking at a seismograph in this location that has a mysterious signature on it as well. And as you can see here on the seismograph, this is the last 24 hours worth of data. This very sudden abrupt spike in energy right there. That's not an earthquake. Earthquakes start off slow. This is the primary wave coming through the seismograph being detected by the instrument and then slowly fades out.
Now, this was on the 8th. I just want to say that. I'm finna let him continue, but this occurred on the 8th of July, guys.
These abrupt signatures represent some sort of an event that occurred here in the Adak Islands, down in the southern Aleutian Islands of Alaska. Not quite sure what we've got going on there, but it had something to do with a volcano or something else. I don't know, guys. If I had to take a guess, I would say there was some sort of volcanic activity up here today. But right now, I don't have any confirmation either way whether or not that was a volcano or not. But that is definitely a mysterious signature on yet another seismograph, like what we just looked at over at the Yellowstone supervolcano caldera. Scrolling down, looking at some of the other seismographs, you can see there's some tall black signatures on these graphs. These represent earthquakes down in the Guam Mariana Trench region, and the primary waves from those earthquakes were felt all the way around the world. Some of these were in the 5.8 range, some in the 4.7 range. There's been a series of earthquakes down there today, and as you can see, as we scroll down through the seismographs and we get into some of the seismographs over here in the United States, and you can see the energy from those earthquakes being detected on seismographs all across the country, up in New Hampshire, New York, Connecticut, Maine, coming over to Minnesota, looking at activity in Ohio, Michigan, Oregon. You guys get the idea. Energy fell all across the country from the very shallow earthquakes out in the Mariana Trench region, looking for possible earthquakes in the United States, and there weren't any large ones today, so more than likely that was energy being detected from the series of earthquakes down here in the Guam region of the western Pacific Ocean. Kind of unusual because those earthquakes were not necessarily that strong. You can see a couple of 5.8s, and they were
Now, see, you have to listen to this with an awakened ear, because ain't but so much these people gonna tell you. But listen, he just said that earthquake that happened over there in Guam or whatever, he's assuming that the spike that he saw in all of the seismographs, or he's telling people all the spikes that he saw in that seismographs had to come from this. But if you think about that, how is that true? And why was the seismographs from Yellowstone blacked out or no information? So why would those seismographs pick up information from millions of, from miles of, thousands of miles away, and he say that it's from that and not from Yellowstone, which is right there next to it? Now, to me, y'all, straight up, and I'm going to just, straight up, hold up. I'm finna stop sharing my screen now because I'm done with that.
Hey, I'm not sure if I'm the only one experiencing this, but I cannot hear.
No, I can't hear anything either.
Empress, we can't hear you.
I don't think she can hear us.
We can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So, did y'all got to see the video, correct?
Yeah, and then it went mute.
Okay. So I'm finna go back to what I was saying. Hold on. I don't know why I'm sharing my screen. Wait a minute.
We still can't hear you. Well, I can't. I still can't hear you.
Can y'all hear me now? Can you hear me now?
yeah, Memphis, we can hear you. I can hear you.
Y'all, they doing some shit with my stuff over here, as y'all can see. Like, they messing with my Wi-Fi, so I had to come off of that. Okay, because what I'm trying to say is real deep right now. So we just saw those seismographs, right? Now, you have to understand Mr. MBB 3333 or whatever his name is, he has to give a message, but he has to tailor it in a certain type of way. But if you use your eye discernment, you can know that even though he reporting certain things ain't the way that he say it is. Now, he's trying to say that all of those energy spikes that we saw, that one major energy spike signature that we saw was from some volcanoes erupting over in the Pacific Rim, way over in Guam, thousands and thousands of miles away. Yet there was plasma activity and earthquakes taking place in Yellowstone now, that's here in the U.S., and half of those seismographs, all of a sudden, ain't no data for them. But the other seismographs read a spike. Now, why would you say that that spike came from Guam when we know that Yellowstone was having some activity and ain't Yellowstone closer to us than damn Guam? So really, and I was explaining this to my friend, I was like, you really got to throw it back to all the way to earth science, what we learned in earth science. If you remember when they taught us about, the layers of the crust and the igneous rock and the aquifers and how the water's up under there and how water changes the rocks and everything up under the earth and how you get sinkholes and stuff like that. So if you think about it right now, you got North Dakota with mass flooding right there. Their lakes and everything are overflowing. You got Montana right now with the water coming from up under the ground. Remember, over there in Yellowstone, the water came from up under the ground and came up. So if you think of, and like waterbed ground now, you step on the ground, it's like a waterbed. Then, you know, they had to shut down Yellowstone because all of that water just came up and came through there and everything. Now, we know Yellowstone is a caldera. That's a volcano, right? We know that plasma energy is moving through the earth, okay? So if you think about that lava that would be underground that's shifting, causing those little earthquakes over there, it would make perfectly more sense that those seismograms that are all over the U.S. is reading a signature from something moving or collapsing up under that damn caldera over there where Yellowstone is. It will also make more sense that since that plasma or that lava is moving over there right now, that it would be shifting the rocks up under the land in the aquifers. And if you think about heat and expansion, where is that water going to go? It's going to come up. Now, if you look at those Navy maps and everything, and I done posted them in the group, if you want to go back up and look at them Navy maps show the area of North Dakota, Montana, and all of that being back underwater. That would make sense why you would be seeing all of that water shifting over there right now. And Bill Gates bought that land over there or whatever, but I think that's just a distraction. Because if you really break it down and you bust this down, nobody in America owns any land. The government is leasing that land right now. So nobody owns nothing really. So I really think that's what's going on is he's buying up farmland all over the country, you understand, because he don't know what's going to be here and what's not. So he's just trying to get the piece of land, you understand, or try to think he going to have control over a piece of land. But I'm going to tell you like this. It's getting ready to be survival of the fittest out here. It ain't going to matter what you own or what you don't. It's going to matter what you can protect and what you could, you understand, because if something like that go down, like Yellowstone or something like that, massive, you understand, I seriously doubt people going to be hungry because you own a piece of land. It's going to be survival of the fittest. So I say all of this and I showed all of y'all these videos because I want y'all to get in a mind frame of to not be distracted, to start going to YouTube and looking at this stuff yourself because it's telling us a whole lot. If that thing picked up a spike, if all our seismographs all over the country picked up a spike, if we have earthquakes down in South Carolina right now, right down in Savannah, Georgia, we just had an earthquake like a 3.8, and they've been coming like every other week. That's the plasma up under the earth moving, y'all. It's shifting. And eventually it's going to have to come out of somewhere. And I don't know, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying Yellowstone gonna go up, but that mug is super active right now. And I'm gonna say it's obviously something that they trying to hide, or they seismographs got knocked out. You understand what I'm saying? Or something major had to happen over there to knock out half of the seismographs. And then the ones that was active had earthquake activity. So we got to begin to pay attention to this type of stuff because this will affect us if that happens. This will affect California. It really, like, all of that plasma and stuff over there moving, going to affect them too. And, you know, I know a lot of people, like I said earlier about them videos, think that this is all geoengineering. But you can't geoengineer no volcano, y'all. You can't geoengineer lava moving up under the earth. You understand what I'm saying? That's a natural occurrence. And as that stuff shifts, it's going to cause flooding. It's going to cause sinkholes. You understand what I'm saying? It's going to, cause weather changes. You understand what I'm saying? And if one of them volcanoes over here, because we got that Yellowstone caldera, but ain't nobody even talking about the caldera that's in Texas. And then it's another caldera, I want to say, up in Illinois. So we got more than one caldera, but just pay attention to Yellowstone. And if you got some people over there, they need to start paying real close attention, because I don't think that the Navy released those maps of where all the water was going to go for nothing. And looking at those maps, because they released it for the whole world, and Taiwan and them is underwater. Britain is underwater right now. They fighting water. You understand? China is fighting all of that flooding and everything that's going over there. Millions of people missing and dying. You got in the Congo, you understand, you got flooding, and people got to understand, like, Africa was not always the big Sahara Desert. Part of that used to be a place called Lake Chad. It used to be a big water body. And Ghana's getting flooded so bad right now over in Nigeria that literally they're telling the people straight up, like, that it's getting ready to remap their whole land. So we all just need to prepare, because I really think that nature is showing us that it's getting ready to be a move that's getting ready to be made. You understand what I'm saying? And I don't feel like all of this is them doing weather modification, geo modification, because like I said, the sun flares are knocking their satellites out the air as we speak. I don't know if anybody has had any trouble with like their Google Home and all of that type of stuff. But like last night, and I'm up here in Kennesaw, and for the last couple of days, it's been something weird going on with like my Wi-Fi, my phone. It's saying that it's updating, right? Like they sending updates. And so my TV has never updated, had no update. And so I was trying to turn my TV on to cast from my YouTube, just to cast something up there so I could see it bigger. And it was like the whole screen for my TV was messed up. And then it said it was updating. And so when I went to my home screen, it was just jumping. You know how like the signal just be jumping, like your TV jammed or whatever. So I couldn't even watch TV last night. So I'm like, it's something going on. And I think that they're trying to distract us, because if you think about how they took control over all of these lands before with their governments, they had to go through and slaughter over 500 million of our ancestors off of all of these lands. They called it the Great Reconstruction. So these people ain't doing nothing new. And they know that it's a natural disaster that's going to come. They know that these poles are shifting, and they know something getting ready to happen. So they want people to be caught off guard, but they don't even know, I think, fully where it's going to happen or how. You understand what I'm saying? But they do know that it's coming. You understand? And just do what you got to do, you know, but just be vigilant, everybody. And so that was just my message about that. And if anybody got any questions or anything, I'll take questions on that, or any other topics of discussion. We can cover those now. But I just wanted to, you know, talk to you guys about that, because, yeah, that was something that I saw. And I'm like, man, I'm getting ready to just put this on the group, because, yo, something, you know, it's a lot going on.
I just want to say, this is Isis. Hey, everyone.
Hey.
That wasn't on before. I just want to say that I totally agree with you, Empress. You're right on point as far as the same frequency and vibration that I'm on when it comes to they have no power as far as controlling that heart stuff. And, you know, and I don't know if y'all remember when all those satellites fell. And that right there should tell you that, you know, they really it's all a facade, because they want you to think they have all this power by the stories and the media and the propaganda that they put out. It's truth and lies mixed together. We know that, but they have no power when our galactic family in the sky. They can't. They have no power over the skies anymore, because that's where our galactic family is now, and we know that. So I totally agree with you. We need to stop giving life to these stories and jumping on this bandwagon, that bandwagon, and stay focused as a collective. You know, this will be over way sooner. I'm sorry, I'm a cusser. This shit will be over way sooner than later. You know, if we would just focus as a collective on what's happening. We ain't got to do nothing. Just like you've been saying as far as I can remember, we don't have to do anything but to continue to raise our frequency and vibration and stay focused on the outcome of what, you know, we know that's going on, the new earth. We need to focus on that, because we're going to have to rebuild it. So focus on that more so than of course we want to know what's going on, but focus on that, because these stories that are coming out, they want to harness or harvest our energies on that to buy them more time. And this shit is over. It's just over. That's all I really had to say.
Empress, you speaking facts. Cash, did you want to go?
Oh, I didn't know my mic was on.
Oh, okay. No, I didn't know if you wanted to say something. I didn't want to interrupt you. But go ahead.
Yeah, sure. I'll share. I agree with everything you guys were saying, and I cut off earlier. I had bad connection, and yeah, I have been experiencing bad connection with my service and stuff like that. And as far as the current events, I feel like it's almost like do or die when it comes to harnessing skills. Because if we are going to be pioneers for the new earth, then all you have is your knowledge. You know, it's not about your land or da-da-da-da-da, because your land might be wiped out.
That's right.
So can you start from nothing and build something? So right now, I'm just learning like different things about, you know, how to preserve things, how to start a fire, stuff like that, you know, like Girl Scout stuff. It might sound very mundane or simple, but you know, simple stuff like that can take you from day 1 to day 5.
You just told, well, Empress, as you just told this group a heavy word, and that's the truth, because a lot of us don't know basic survival skills, how to sterilize water, how to clean a wound, how to forage for food, how to build a shelter, how to make fire. And these is the type of tools that you is going to need, because if something, and don't get me wrong, I don't want to speak nothing into existence, but you can clearly look at that stuff that I showed you guys and see that something is happening within the earth. You understand? So it's something coming. And the less that you prepare, the more that you're going to be unprepared in the event that something does take place. So I've been encouraging people to go to YouTube, get those tutorials, download them to a zip drive or something like that. Certain ways of how to grow food, certain ways to get how you make natural fertilizer, how you make natural bug repellents and things like that to stop them from eating your vegetables, how you make a basic shelter for survival. You know, how to sterilize water, you understand, from the creek water and stuff like that if you don't have water purification. Like, what we have to do and get prepared for is We coming up out of this system, but we need to be prepared to be able to support and take care of ourselves right now. They already addressed the UN. This was 2 weeks ago, and that post is in the group, where the lady said, clearly stated that the world has 10 weeks of wheat supply left in the world. Okay? Now, I'm going to say they want to give people the illusion that they doing all of this. But France is on fire. India is underwater. And yeah, there's a such thing as geomodification, but all over the earth with satellites falling out the air every day, and we not even able to get a good Wi-Fi signal and stuff. Y'all really think these people, you know, some people really think these people got that much power over the earth when they ain't even got enough power to break the firmament to get to space? Like, you know, we really got to strip the veil off our eyes and realize that these people is giving us an illusion of control and power that they never had. And the only reason why they had control and power over us is because we was asleep and we believed them. But we need to strip the veil off our eyes right now and see this for what this really is. They ain't got zero control over what's happening right now. And their plan is they hope that they can have strength in numbers by depopulating people. But at the end of the day, the sun is depopulating people. As we speak, this is the sun that's taking people all the way up out of here. And yes, they gave people, you know, stuff, you know, and God bless, but that ain't even working on everybody as fast as they wanted it to. But they want to give you the illusion like they have some control over our life and if we live or die. And they have none, because if you read in nature right now and you know how to take care of yourself and survive, you're going to be fine. But if you continue to listen to their false construct, you're going to be distracted. And that's what they want, for you to be distracted. But their time is short and they know it. Fertility rates declining, guys. We not doing that. We ain't no melanated person got the control to stop their eggs from falling or whatever. We can't control that. That's something higher than them that's done called their time up, period. And it don't matter what they do right now, because if you ain't got the ability to be able to deal with the plasma radiation that's coming off of the sun, you're not gonna be here, period. And ain't no computer finna be here. Their proof of that is in the satellites falling out the air. It's in our Wi-Fi and stuff going down. Inorganic technology just gonna short circuit. So we have to find a way to come around that. And so right now, we need to be building our own constructs to be ready to go around them and pick up when all of this goes down. Like Isis said, that's going to be our only focus. It shouldn't be on what they doing and what they doing, what laws they passing in the Supreme Court. That's a distraction too, because the Supreme Council of the universe already said y'all time up. So y'all got zero power over nobody. They playing around with people's mind, making people think they ain't got no control over their body and all of this type of stuff. You understand what I'm saying? Man, don't fall for the okie doke, because if you technically as an American citizen with a birth certificate, you never had no rights over your body if you want to play with their system. You understand what I'm saying? And that was given up when you took a birth certificate and a social security number. So that's why, you know, it's a mind F. You understand what I'm saying? It's a distraction. And while people talking about that, they ain't recognizing that the plasma energy up under the earth moving, that we getting energy spikes all over the country right now. That's a natural disaster on the way. But you so distracted because you worried about these people taking rights. You understand that they ain't got no rights to and ain't gonna be here to even tell you what to do with your body. You understand what I'm saying? We got to look at the long game and not the short game right now. You understand? This is just the last remnants of their system totally going out. And let them do whatever the hell they're going to do. But just focus on making sure you ready to pick it up when it falls. Because if it ain't no grocery store, you got to be the grocery store. If you can't go to the hospital and stuff for acute medical aid, you getting ready to have to be your own EMT, physician. You understand what I'm saying? And those is the type of skills that we need to be focused on right now. Real talk. That's where I'm at with it. That's what I done been doing, learning how to make certain concoctions and things like that, going on YouTube, just pulling on my knowledge, because I think what our ancestors was trying to help us understand, I don't think that it's 144,000 people. You understand? I think it's 144,000 cranial nerves activated for you to be pulling on your universal knowledge is what's going to save you. But that's my thoughts on it, you know. Just get ready, man. Just get ready. And that's not fear talking either, y'all. I'm not scared talking to y'all. Never fear, just prepare. You understand? If you got the knowledge, you're going to be perfectly fine. You know, if you know what's coming, you can always make a plan for what's coming. You know what I'm saying? Get with your families and stuff now and get your plan together. For real, because you got to think about it. Even if you prepared, you got to be prepared for the people who going to be left that wasn't prepared, that's going to come try to loot you and stuff like that. So right now, self-defense is key. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you could go on YouTube and take some little self-defense tutorials if you're not well skilled in that. You understand what I'm saying? How to, you know, be able to protect your house. I would get some solar floodlights. You understand what I'm saying? For my home, if I planned on being there. But don't get me wrong, don't get too much, because like I said, when this stuff shifts or whatever, you might not be able to stay there. So you understand what I'm saying? Like, you're going to have to be agile on your feet for this, whatever's coming. But if energy signature got read on all of them seismographs across the country, whatever gonna happen, that means it's gonna affect everywhere in the country, right or wrong, probably. So we just got to be prepared for whatever and just be ready to get out here and get it and survive. And it's gonna be a beautiful earth for those of us that can get out here and survive. But it's really gonna be a spiritual warfare. You understand what I'm saying? And it's getting ready to be a physical, you know? But if you can be in tune with nature and harmony with nature, if you can go back to the ways of our ancestors and really be able to live in tune with nature again, then this will not be such a hit. But if you ain't used to hiking, camping, you know, being around, you know how to move around wildlife and stuff like that, if you ain't got those type of skills, now is the time to get them. You know, now is the time to be going to them YouTubes, them SHTF videos and stuff, and really getting it. Now is the time to get you some books on first aid and stuff like that, and how to treat something acute. You understand what I'm saying? That's where I would be at with it, family. That's what I'm telling y'all. I'm telling y'all. That's all I'll be doing. I'll be getting books, maps, compass. Even a compass might not help you, so you might need to learn how to read the stars, like we did back in the day. Know how to look at the North Star and tell your direction, because the reason why they gave us all of this stuff is so we wouldn't have that knowledge to be able to do this type of stuff, because they couldn't read the stars. That's why they had to come up with compasses and everything. But when we was here, we knew how to read the stars and everything, and certain landmarks and stuff, and know exactly where we were. You know what I'm saying? We knew how to tell when the weather was getting ready to change, when a storm was coming and stuff, just by the change in the direction of the wind. That's the type of stuff that we lost, you understand, when we gave up being organic and took on all of this technology. But that's the type of stuff that we get ready to have to pick back up. And I think that's all I want to say about that.
I wanted to add, hi everyone.
Kat.
Rich risings, everyone.
Rich rising.
I wanted to add what I've been doing also. A suggestion I would like to make is get a bike. Get a bike, and you can also outfit the bike to be what they call adventure cycling. So you guys can look that up. But you're literally packing your bike with a tent, like literally survival stuff. So if at any moment we have to break out, that's what, you know what I mean? We have access to transportation. And then you loaded your bike with everything that you're going to need to survive wherever we're going, wherever the stars, the universe, this shift takes us. So that's just my input. Also, maybe joining a wood shop, a woodworking shop, right? I'm currently in carpentry school, so that way you are familiar with these tools. Like, I don't want to be caught outside trying to figure this shit out. You know what I mean? I want to be able at least to have certain knowledge, even though everything is within us, but everything's a reminder at the same time. So, I love you, family. We got this. You know what I'm saying? Like, we truly got this.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, I love you guys.
Love you too, Kat. Thank you for that. Ashe. Hi, Zeke. Hi, Zeke.
Hey, Doc, how you doing?
I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right. Vibrating high, just keeping the frequency high, and trying to just stay, spiritually protected right now and vibrate higher and remain focused and not distracted. Ashe.
Ashe. Ashe. That is the key. Like, that is, and I love how you're repetitive with that, because that's all there is.
That's my message. That's my message for y'all, man. If I can't iterate any message right now, it's the message of vibrating high so you can ascend, you understand? Because your ascension is linked to higher brain function. Like, the more you ascend, the faster you're going to be able to think on your feet. You're going to have your intuition is going to be high, and learn how to go with that intuition, what your spirit and soul is telling you, because that's going to be an armor protection over you like nothing else. You understand? Just your eye discernment. So, man, vibrate high as y'all can right now. Don't let these people distract none of us with a false illusion that they got some control over what's getting ready to happen to us, because they have none. I promise you they don't. If they had any control, this shit wouldn't be going like this right now, because they was winning at that system that they had. Y'all, they was winning. They was the shit. They winning, right? They was winning. You understand? They had all of the control of the land, all these people's minds. They got worker bots going to the corporation every day. So why in the hell would they destroy what you winning at? It don't even make logical sense.
Yeah, they definitely just, it's a downhill thing for them now. Like, and it's pretty much, we just it's kind of funny because it's like, it seems like we have so much work to do, but really the work is just internal. Other than that, it's just like go along for the ride. Like,
yeah,
absolutely. And also, Ashe, I wanted to add to some reflecting I've been doing. Remember when I told you guys I had that incident on the beach? And what I've been kind of like learning and realizing is I was ice cold, right? Meaning my heart wasn't beating, none of that, right? But that also showed me that we are ready for whatever. That's what that showed me. You understand what I'm saying? I am ready to die for what I believe in, for love, for whatever. So we are really ready. That's what it showed me. Because when it came out of the blue, you feel me? It came out of the blue. So we're ready for whatever pops off. We don't need to worry. Everything else is a distraction.
I agree.
Like Empress said, everything is a distraction. You just need to, like Zeke said, go within. You understand what I'm saying? Really start reflecting. Like, I've been down. I'm not on camera right now because I've been down for 48 hours, guys. And
Yeah,
guess
you
how I started
told
feeling
me.
better, Empress?
How?
When I put my feet in the soil.
I'm telling you, we
I
are
went, I
energetic
forced
beings.
myself outside. Something
Mm-hmm.
told me you need to go to the sun. Yo, I was throwing
Mm-hmm.
up outside and everything, Queen.
Mm.
Guess who was stopping for me though?
Oh.
I call them nomads. I don't like to call them homeless. I call them
Uh-huh.
nomads was stopping and making sure I was straight.
Man, the
They
homeless
were sitting
people,
with me.
they be in tune, y'all. Like, people shun homeless people, but they don't understand why these people are going through this. Some of them are the most highly spiritual people that you will ever meet in your life. And they done seen the world for what it is for real, and it's hard for them to deal with it. So some of them turn to drugs, and some of them just be like, this shit all a illusion, and just give everything up and be at peace in a tent because they don't want to be caught up in this crazy system. Because this system, if you really think about all of this stuff that we covet, is crazy. You got a White House right now with hundreds and hundreds of rooms in it. But yet you got all of them homeless people in DC and they won't open up their doors and let not one soul lay in that house. How many of these damn billionaires and stuff that we done supported, these damn entertainers right now, they know that the melanated people getting ready to take a motherfucking hit. You got $1 billion in your pocket and you ain't trying to open up no manufacturing plants or nothing so the people could even, the babies could have fucking milk. Like, you got to really look at these people, yo. You living in all of these big ass houses and stuff, yet you got people starving on the street. You understand, kids without food and stuff, but they still up there entertaining, you know what I'm saying? For a green dollar bill, you go to your nice ass house every day, and you sit comfortably while you see your people suffering. Everybody talking about Bill Gates buying all of this land. You mean to tell me all of these billionaires that came up off of us that we done supported? You understand what I'm saying? All these entertainers that made billions off of us, and now we getting ready to take a motherfucking hit, and y'all ain't trying to do nothing, buy no land or nothing, so y'all could feed us, yo, them sellout motherfuckers, man. Y'all excuse me. Y'all know I curse, but
Here's another thing. Let's not talk about churches.
Let's talk about it.
Ooh.
Let's talk about them. When all of these natural disasters go on and stuff, and they won't even open up their doors. Look how they did them people in Katrina and shit, yo. I ain't never forgot that. Mega churches and stuff. Right now, we got mega churches here in Atlanta. You got homeless people on the street. That big ass church. You couldn't let none of them people come in there.
How about this? There's a church by my crib. How about they put a metal gate so the church so the nomads can't sleep in front?
Yes.
They showed me that. I didn't see it. They showed it to me. They're like,
Yes.
look what they did.
Yes. And then, you know, you do have some of them churches that have the food or whatever, and they give out food, but y'all know they get government kickbacks for that. They get money for that shit. You donate the food to them, and they actually get a check from the damn government for the food that you donate that they give away. Do y'all know that? So they make even money off of that. So it's a underlying fuckery to everything. I hate to say it like that, but I'm just telling the truth.
And Queen, you know, also they got money to push the vax.
Yes, they did. Them pastors got a grant. The government gave them a grant to vaccinate their congregations. And now look at that, how that panned out. Everything for $1 bill. You understand what I'm saying? And that's where they messed our churches up when they put their eyes on a dollar and left their eyes off of the congregation. You understand? And these people know what they doing, yo. And now that the wrath coming down, like you had Creflo Dollar talking about, oh, I was wrong about tithe. And I think I talked about that last week. Boy, motherfuck you. I hope the damn judgment slap you right in your ass. Yo, you deserve it, man. All them
You
kids.
deserve it.
I mean, for real, y'all getting millions of dollars off us. Yo, you ain't started not one after school program for the youth that's free, really. You know what I'm saying? Like real shit that we need. You know, real stuff that is needed in the community. Y'all are sitting around and watching us destroy ourselves, sitting in dilapidated houses and stuff. Half of your congregation taking money out their own pockets that y'all could have been all investing in the neighborhood around y'all to buy it back. But yeah, you want to make a bigger church and not buy back some of them abandoned houses and stuff that's in your neighborhood with that church money and invest it so now them people couldn't come in there and buy up all the land and kick your congregation members out of there through gentrification. You know, is you really on our side? No. You one of them damn trader ass niggas that was always a trader nigga, because that's how we got in this whole situation anyway, with some trader ass niggas. If we really want to just throw it out there, we didn't get in this situation because they were more powerful than us. We got into this situation because some of our brothers entered into contracts with them and fought against us for our own motherfucking land. If we want to just be real. So it wasn't even all of them coming up in here wiping. You understand what I'm saying? Wiping us out, because that was a lie.
Yep.
It was us against us. And that's what it's always been, y'all. What we seeing right now is what it's always been. It has really been us against us.
Yep.
I hate to just throw it like that, but it's got to be said.
Yep. If we weren't fighting each other into something, we was manipulating each other into something.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly, Zeke. And we got to, you know, now that, you know, we all on a page, you know, we got to really band together, y'all. And we really got to get ready for this, because it's not only people with recent, you know, them people that we up against our own people that want to hold up this construct too. That, you know, got a depraved mind too, because your mind gotta be depraved to have $1 billion, yo, and see your people out here. Like I couldn't be no billionaire, y'all. I'm telling you right now, because my heart ain't on that, yo. I don't covet money like that. I couldn't see babies going hungry. I could not do it. My Learjet would be somewhere trying to get this shit straightened out right now. But see, the people like us, the leaders, the ones that did, the entertainers and people that did raise up that's like me, you see, they not here no more. They put a bullet in their head and they took them out, yo, because ain't nobody that really care about melanated people up in there right now and watching all of this stuff take place. And you ain't doing nothing. You going back home to your lovely life. You know, you up here got women twerking, booty shaking and all of this shit. But damn, we getting ready to take a damn hit, yo. And you ain't doing nothing. You still on here entertaining, and ain't nobody needing to be entertained right now, for real.
Now I'm downloading it because the way you chopping it up like that, you know, it's like, okay, now it makes sense. It's like the eye of the it's harder, you know, it's almost impossible for a rich man to go through the eye of a needle, you know what I mean, than it is for a camel, you know, and it's like that is very significant because it seems like that, you know, we are put in a position that it's almost like we can't help, you know what I mean, where we're supposed to, because that's what we're supposed to be at. We're supposed to be in a position of not having what it takes to do what those same people can do, because it's showing us ourselves. It's showing us it's like we're pushing towards wanting to help, but we supposed to be sitting down. They don't give a damn. They sitting pretty, living lavish, don't give two shits about the babies, none of that.
None
The
of
elders,
that.
the vets, nobody. And
Nobody.
it's like that shows their true character, and it shows you where they're going. It's like it's a clear indication of who's going where. It's like all the
Mhm.
ancient texts seem to kind of hint at that. Like, the more riches that you have, is you can tell you probably had to step on somebody. You had to probably had to
Mhm.
step on people and not care about the people that you're leaving behind, and you probably didn't care about anybody that was in your life, which is why you could do the things you were doing, because the people that do care about the next person are probably doing more for the next person than they are for themselves, or
That's fact.
trying to get somewhere to where they can help the next person. And then you got all of those traps that stumbling blocks that you can fall upon during that journey. It's like you know who's where and who's doing what. You can tell where everybody's heart is by
I should.
what your abundance looks like. Is like the nomads are so much
Mhm.
more abundant at heart, so much more abundant at heart, and it's
They
like
are.
it's so much we can learn from them. You talk about learning from from nature. The nomads are in nature the most. It's like
Right.
that's
Li-
somebody that we can easily all go walk up to and say, you know what, hey,
What? I
I
bet
got
you they
your
gonna know how to survive when this shit
huh,
hit.
huh.
Listen, listen. When I something had told me, I don't know, like maybe when I started more my spiritual awakening, let's say like around 2018, around there. Something told me to start becoming more friends with the nomads in my neighborhood, because if any
Mhm.
shit goes down, I felt that they're the ones who are gonna have my back. They're the
They
ones who are
are.
gonna help me survive. So that's like a
Mhm.
message that I got, was like, yo, I give my last dollar, my G. I had a lucky dollar bill. It was $2. The spirit told me go play lotto with it for whatever reason, right? So I had it in my bag. But a nomad asked me for some money, and that's all I had. And guess what? I gave it to him. He kissed my hand. It felt like I was in a movie, like in some weird little movie with the nomad. And it was just the
Mhm.
love that I received just by him kissing my hand. And the person that was next to me was like, wow. Like, they were amazed I gave him that lucky $2 that I had. So yeah,
Wow.
the nomads will have
Amazing
your
stuff.
back, son. The
They
nomads will have your
will.
back.
Man,
Yeah,
I
you said
got a nomad story. Um, when I was younger, I was in the foster care system. I was a ward of the state. And I used to run away all the time, yo, because it's hell in foster care. And one time I had ran away, and I remember I was about 12. And I was crying, just running through the cars, running through the cars. And didn't nobody stop to help me but the homeless people. And they actually took me to where they were living at. They fed me, and for about a week, I stayed with the homeless people. They gave me their little shelter, and they welcomed me in. And ever since that experience, yo, I have always went out of my way to help the nomad people. And I shouldn't say homeless, you're right, the nomad people, because they really are nomads. But there are some good-hearted people. And I think that people try to vilify them or make it seem like they criminals and stuff like that, because they don't want you to really stop and really talk to them and see the type of knowledge that they gonna drop on you, because it'll be a deep conversation, yo.
for
Like
sure.
for real,
Yeah,
it'll be a deep con. Now you do have some people out here that's mind's not right, but if you really meet one that's just out there, even some of them though will tell you something and it'll waken up your spirit. So, they gonna know how to survive. They say the last will be first and the first gonna be last. They gonna be the people that's gonna be out here surviving, y'all, because they already done gave up all of this stuff and know how to make it without it.
yup.
That's my story.
That's
And
beautiful, Empress. That is
it really
amazing.
is.
Like they are like they know me in this neighborhood. I even asked them for money. I'm like, yo, I need $1. Like, what's good? Like, you know what I mean? I was like, I see you hustling every day because I ride my
Yeah,
bike.
they be
So they
hustling.
know me. So I'm like, yo, let me hold something. And they start laughing. Yo, come back. I just got, literally, they'll tell me, come back. I just got outside.
Hmm. Yeah, they're a funny bunch, but they're good people. A lot of them are good people.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
In matter of
they,
fact, I was
hmm
just gonna say, on the show, it's called "What Would You Do?" I'm pretty sure
hmm
that's what it's called. Where they would have different scenarios. They would like put people in situations and see what the people in the environment around them would do. And it's like they most of the time when something's happening and somebody's in danger or somebody needs something to eat or needs something or somebody treats somebody some type of way, 9 times out of 10, like I say 5 times out of 10, it's gonna be a homeless. A nomad is gonna be one of the people that jumps in there and does something about what's going on.
yeah. While society just will ride by, they'll watch you, they'll ride by you like they don't even see you, and they ride past them like they don't even see them. And I think that's why nomads is so in tune, because they know how it feels to be in pain and not be seen. Like nobody care nothing about your condition, but we always talking about we living in this civilized society. Yeah, we got houses that's sitting empty right now and nobody in them, but we got people on the
People
street.
laying on the literal street.
Listen, you
On the
know what I
street.
also been thinking about is that here's a question that I have, Empress, right? So I'm a little bit confused about like everything that's happening, we see it, but then the solar flash. Like, so if the solar flash, we good, but before the solar flash, so is everything gonna go to shit before the solar flash? And then like I'm confused about the order of things.
Yo, I think it's all getting ready to happen in sequence. Like you have to understand, like the universe doesn't work off of our time. You know what I'm saying? It has a cycle. Now, I will say that the sun cycle by their time should start in 2025, but I think it's going to happen way before that, judging off of just the CMEs that's coming off of the sun. Now, the the longer that they have, the more destruction I think that we're going to see. But I think that we're getting ready to see some natural disasters just because we're getting close to that cycle. So I think those are going to take place before the flash, and then the flash is going to be like the final straw that's really going to like take it all out. But I think that because of them CMEs are so powerful, they communicate with the core of the earth, and then the core of the earth is moving that plasma. So that energy got to go somewhere, y'all. You know what I'm saying? And it is going somewhere. That's why we're seeing all of them spikes and stuff. So I honestly think it's going to all happen as concurrently. You know what I'm saying? Like it's going to be a flash that's going to send it. But I think before we get to that point, we also getting ready to see the stuff. Like some telling me this summer, and I know we in it now, is getting ready to be a real summer. Like it's getting ready to get realer than real out here. And we'll just have to see, Kat. We got to play it by ear, but I don't know the exact time when that flash gonna come. But I have been seeing all of the sunspots open up on that sun. And I know every time we get a CME, more volcanoes go off and stuff like that. Just showed you the one in Russia with our ancestors' face on it. So, yo, anytime, yo, that's the way I'm feeling. I don't know if it's going to be the flash that's going to send it or just a coronal mass ejection is going to kick it off, and then it's just going to be ramped up with more ejections, more stuff go off until the major one hit. You understand what I'm saying? But that's the way it looked
Listen,
like. It looked like it's coming in waves. But every time, we get some of them waves, like, we get CMEs every day now, damn near.
Still
And
doing
even
it.
ones they're not talking about. Yeah. So I'm feeling like it's ramping up. You know what I'm saying? It's ramping up.
mm,
And as it's ramping up, the earth ramping up too, yo, stuff shifting, old land coming up, new land land that was here getting underwater. You understand what I'm saying? So it's all connected, you know?
And you know, I'm gonna tell you, this is the feeling that I've been having for the longest. Like, and I'm actually putting together things that, you know, I used to see a while back, and now I'm like connecting the dots, and it's like I feel like we're gonna be like, you know, like we'll turn around and be, oh, and then we'll turn around again and be like, oh, like, you know.
Yeah, that's why I'm at with it. I think, yeah, that's what I'm saying, yo. I just feel like I'm finna have to be agile on my feet, y'all. Like straight up. That's the kind of vibe I'm getting at. And like the warrior vibe done just jumped in me, yo. Like the fighter spirit. Like, I don't know where that thing came from, but like the warrior in me is like fully ready. Like, I'm ready for whatever. Come on and motherfucking bring it. I've been waiting on it. It feel like I've been waiting on this for different lifetimes. Like, I don't know, something in me that activated, y'all, and I'm just ready. Like, let's get it. Shoot, actually, to me, Cat, look, and Zeke, y'all, all of y'all on this phone, I be wishing for it to come on. Like,
I know you do. You
I
can
wish
hear
that mug
it.
flashed today, like, cause if it did flash, it would spare us all of these tribulations that we going through, y'all. If it flashed right now, you know, and it just knocked all of this shit out, that would be the end of them being able to hit these people with these towers, maybe. You understand what I'm saying? It would be the end of all of their control. All of this stuff would just, and we'll, of course, you know, we'll have to figure it out, but we'll figure it out. We done figured it out all these times. We gonna figure it out again. But I'm just ready to get it on. Like, I feel like it's just dragging out for me. You know what I'm saying? And I'm trying to, like, just like Kat, just like I'm trying to remain focused, remain, you know, spiritual, and just like, gosh, all this stuff happening, and I'm getting tired. Like, I'm just like, man, Rod, just go on and send this shit so we could just get this over with. Because, you know, I don't want to see all of the destruction these people finna do as they time run, because they time out. So, you know, there's some destructive people. So, you know, they not finna hand us the earth back in a nice way.
True.
When have they ever handed us something back in a nice way? You know, they not, you know they time up. So they got all hell in them. So they going to try to destroy us as they destroy themselves. That's the way I'm looking at it.
That's true.
Hey, everybody.
Hey, Mikai. Hey, I wanted to say this too to everybody who joined on late, because I know we got to talking, but in the beginning of the discussion, I said to everyone that we were trying to find out, you know, why you were here in the group, what you wanted to get from the group, so we can begin to start, you know, changing the discussions, helping people. Are you here to teach? Are you here to learn? You know, so we could start elevating people to get out of this group what they came to get. You understand? So if you want to speak, you understand, unmute yourself and just introduce yourself to the group and say why you're here and what you want to learn, or anything about your ascension or whatever, where you're at. Please feel free to do it, because I opened it up like that and the floor is still open for you. Because one thing I want to say to everybody here, a big key to spiritual ascension is coming up through your throat chakra. Because when you begin to speak your truth and speak what you know within yourself that you're supposed to be, that's going to activate something in you in your third eye. But you got to come up past that throat and the fear of talking, and the fear of, or not the fear, but the roadblock of saying your truth, because it's power in that, in a way that you just will not believe just by speaking it, you know, because that's your will being done. Like Spirit can be telling you, or your soul can be telling you, you are this. But until you do the physical act of saying that, you're not manifesting it into this realm. All right, Ashe. I'm done with that part.
I say, y'all, I don't know if it's the crystals. I don't know what it is, but y'all, when I say, but within the last 2 weeks, how long I had these crystals for? About a week and a half.
Oh, they're working on you, ain't they?
They're working because y'all, when I say I done got into it with so many of my close friends, like y'all, and like it's just like I'm not being heard, and like that's the main reason why I clicked into that. Because at first I was so angry before I even just joined this group chat, but I'm just like, you know what, I just need some guidance. I just need some type of spiritual talk right now, because like only thing I want out of this life is just to genuinely be happy. And it seemed like no matter how hard I try, no matter what I do, no matter how many things I try to avoid, it just seems like people and their problems and their negative energy just rubs off on me so bad, and I don't understand it, y'all. Like don't understand it. I try not to let people emotions and stuff get to me, but it just bothers me so bad, because it just be like, you know, why are you this way? You know, I know we all got our little flaws, but it's just like, why are you this way? Why can't nobody just listen and just understand how another person is feeling? Take a moment to think about how you're making a person feel before you go ahead with that action.
Come a little closer to your phone, Vontae. We can't hear you.
I'm sorry, but I was
No,
saying,
you okay. I feel you.
But I was just saying, like, why do people act the way they act? Why do people just can't understand that their actions affect everybody around them? People do not understand that. And it's just so hard for me. I don't know, like, what my next move is going to be, but I just know for a fact, like, I'm doing this for me. I'm trying to be happy. Like, that's the main thing that I want out of this group, is just to be happy, like genuinely happy. Like, I can go and just smile, even though if I'm having a bad day, I just want to smile. Like, I'm tired of being so angry, because I'm a happy person. Like, I am very outgoing. So many people love to see me coming. So many people love to have conversations with me. So many of my friends come to me and ask me for advice, and I give it to them. And I just want to just be happy myself. Like, you know, like I could be happy on helping another person, but I just want to genuinely be happy myself. That's what I want to get from out of this group. That's it. That's all. I just want happiness. That's it. That's all.
Can I add one time? I feel you on that. You know, I feel you on that energy about wanting to be happy, but that's also a trap, right? Because it's a pendulum. And so if it can swing to happy, it's going to swing to sadness.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? So it's also what Empress be talking about, being at net zero. You feel what I'm saying? It's being more of an observer than anything else. Also, about you being angry, I suggest you go outside and scream your head off. Scream till you can scream, till your throat hurts.
That's what I want to do. Like, y'all don't know, I got so much bottled up. Like, I just feel
Listen,
like
go
Go outside.
scream and let go of that energy, yo. Go take your feet and ground them in the dirt and go and scream like she is telling you. You got to release those vibrations, because we are empaths. And when you are vibrating high, I think we had this conversation last week, but you might not have been on the call. The frequency is going to cling to you. It's a positive to a negative, but we have to learn how to dissipate that. And the spiritual attack's going to come from every angle, especially you got those crystals on now, because you really vibrating on a certain frequency. You understand what I'm saying? So it's just like everything around you finna start activating. People finna start acting crazy. You ain't gonna be like, you're gonna be like, what the hell is going on?
yes, like y'all, when I say I've been like like I told you, I was trying to go through this isolation, you know, and in my situation it's kind of hard to go through isolation, because I have three little brothers, got a sister, and you know they're younger than me, so they constantly, you know, got energy and stuff like that. But I just been to myself this week, and my mom keep asking, she like, what's wrong? I'm just like, nothing, you know, just nothing, just brushing it off. But I just been trying to put myself in this isolation because I know this is what I need, isolation. Like I need that, and I need that time. That's why when I go outside and I take in the air and I connect with nature and stuff like that, like I take in all that energy and I feel so much better afterwards because it's like I need this constant isolation because it's becoming too much at this point. Like I
You
don't
are
even
under
want to be
psychic
like y'all
attack.
don't even understand. Like I don't even want to be. I sit here and say like I'm grateful for my life. I'm grateful for the people that I met. But like I tell myself all the time, like sometimes I really wish that, after I got shot, I really wish I left this world because I do not want to be here.
Mm,
From the
mm,
moment that I woke up out of the coma, I always ask, like, why am I back here? Like my soul is not
mm,
happy
mm,
here. Like
mm.
I'm not happy here at all. I have not been happy since 2016, y'all. And like I've been trying and trying and trying and trying. It's just I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah,
Brother, you under psychic attack. Go ahead, Mikai, because I know you want to say something too.
Yes, I just want to give some suggestions for those feeling down and sad. The first thing in the morning you should do is grab a mirror and look at yourself. And like see
Uh-huh.
yourself in the mirror the first thing in the morning. So by seeing yourself in the morning, you know that you're still alive and still in the matrix. And those around you who are not making you happy or whatever, they're just characters in your life. They're not really real people. Because at the end of the day, it's you and only you. And those around you can either support you or just another, what do you call it, uh, special character in your life,
It's an
you know?
NPC.
Exactly. So find peace within yourself. See yourself in the mirror. Be grateful that you're still alive. There's other people who are in worse conditions than you are. They could be paralyzed, blind. You know, uh,
Absolutely.
they have mental illness. They're sick. So start with yourself. You know, and then from there you find peace within yourself.
Ashe.
I say.
Asha.
Um, Wanta, I want to say this to you because you under heavy psychic attack right now. I want you to start saying some I am affirmations to yourself every day when you start feeling that that energy come on you. You start to counteract that with I am affirmations. I am alive. I am great. I am powerful. I am. I am. Whatever you do, start to vocalize that to yourself. Start to take in deep breaths. You understand? When you start feeling like that, just breathe. You understand? Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Start to release that frequency from you and cancel out those thoughts that are telling you that you should not be here because you are alive and you are here and you have a purpose. And you need to start telling yourself that. And I'm going to tell you like this. If you're in a situation around negative people and it's not getting no better, maybe it's time for you to remove thyself from that situation. And that's not easy because I know I can feel what you're going through. You understand? But start making a plan in your head. You understand how you're going to pull yourself out of that situation. Because you feeling all of their vibrations right now, not just yours, but you also feeling some of their thoughts and their negative energies just by living in the same vicinity. Understand you are empath. So you taking on all of their negativity and it's coming into you and you feeling like it's you, but it's not you. And I need you to see that right now.
Can I make some suggestions of Bantai? Try. I don't know if you journal, meditation. Also, you're under, like the Empress said, make sure that the people that are coming to you for advice are not coming to you just for vibes. They're energy vampires. So
Mm-hmm.
yes, you know, you want to give help. You always want to help, but make sure that that's not depleting you while you trying to figure out what's your purpose and why you was left back, you know, you was sent back to this earth. You feel what I'm saying? You have to stay more, silence really works.
Yes, silence
Also, what
definitely
I
works.
do an activity, like find something where you could release energy, you know,
I
Mm-hmm.
usually
running,
when
hiking, yoga.
I
Also, I'm
usually
going to
write
put
when
in the
I'm
chat.
like upset. I just usually write like I just write. I write music. I write anything like my feelings down. I just write. I just love to write.
All right, that's awesome.
That's,
That's beautiful.
that's
But
awesome.
also, do you like put it out there though? You know, like I'm gonna start doing something that I wanted to remove myself from being like more on screen, but my spirit keeps telling me like you have to do this. So I'm gonna start a TikTok, and what I'm gonna do is just read my journal entries.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I'm gonna do.
Yep.
Yes.
Yes.
Thanks,
Ashe.
Posh.
Yes. Yes.
So
Try
also,
that. Try that, Vontage. Start express the throat chakra. Remember, I just said that with the Empress saying. Go ahead, Kat. That's
and
true. That works.
also, I don't know where you live, but there's this young brother that I spoke with the other day that really has me thinking about. I've been thinking about going off grid, and recently, since the energy really impacted me, guys, we were surrounded by the CME. We're surrounded by the energy plasma on the earth, so that shit squeezed the shit out of me. So I've been really like noise, sound, people moving is bothering me now.
Mm.
So I've been thinking about going off grid. So there's a brother up in the Catskill Mountains, and he does a lot of beautiful healing, especially with our neuromelanated brothers. So I'm gonna put it in the chat for whoever wants to do like a retreat. And I think this would be good for any of us who wants to try it. Maybe we could do it as a tribe. But I have plans to going up there. Actually, my crazy ass is thinking about riding my bike up there and already starting the process. Like, if shit goes down, can I do this? You understand? We have to start acting
Test
like
it
shit
out.
is already fucked up.
Yeah. Start living without it. Ashe. That's what I
You
done
feel
been
me? With
doing.
turn all the
I,
lights off. See what you need when you turn all
I
the
am
lights
with
off. See, you have to start practicing. We have to start running these drills. And Vantai, going back to you, like, do some research on empath and narcissistic relationships. I did that in the beginning because I always felt that my empathic abilities was a curse. And people would be like, oh, you're so sensitive. You're such a crybaby. You're so this. Until I understood that that is really, truly my superpower. And how you manage that is psychology. You have to understand that these people are programmed. So if they spend trillion of dollars in advertising, doesn't that make you think? You know, I started looking at FBI hostage negotiators. Like, I have a little trick that I do with people when I need them to answer me. I don't say, yo, is this a good time? I say, is this a bad time? Because people have a nervous tick that they have to answer, they have to correct you. So you have to learn these little tricks to deal with people, to deal with these unawakened or asleep or whatever, you know, until it's their time. But the whole key is to bring peace within you. And so you have to do the homework and how to deal with these individuals. If not, your empathic abilities will consume you. And that's my point.
That's facts. And another thing, Vonta, I just want to add really quick. You work with the public. So you have to understand that you're coming into contact with all kind of frequencies right now of people. You should be doing some type of spiritual cleanse daily, spiritual salt cleanse, and spiritual meditation daily, just from coming into contact with your work, because you deal with the public. And like I said, frequency, we readers of frequency. You understand what I'm saying? And hey, working with the public, cashier and stuff like that, you coming into contact with all of those people, all of them frequencies, and you just getting hit straight with it. You got those stones, you need to be wearing them, especially like tourmaline, different tiger's eye stuff. As you doing your job, you need that stuff on. And really them spiritual salt cleanses or a spiritual bath, you understand? When you come from work and in the morning and that I am affirmation, start doing that stuff because you got to start protecting yourself, your psychic abilities, because empaths, we go through a lot, you understand, because sometimes it don't even be our frequency. Most times it's not our frequency that's making us feel low. We feeling somebody else's.
And also, young lady, hello everyone, Mrs.
Hello.
River.
Hey,
Also,
River.
I want to say this much, is that you have to be careful what you eat, because our food source is not good for us, because it's not the nutrients that our body need. So you got to be careful what you put inside of your body, because that can also make you feel the way you feel, that negative energy. So you got to be careful with that.
Agree. Especially sugar and starch, because sugar and starch is the worst things for us because it's artificial, and it makes you have super highs and then you crash. Your blood sugar spiking, going up and down, up and down. That's your frequency. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
We got to start looking at ourselves as energetic beings. You understand what I'm saying? What energy are you taking into your vessel? What energy are you dissipating out of it? You are energetic.
And that's what I really want to tap into, what you're saying right now. Like, the applied wisdom of what she's saying right now is so potent. Like, when it comes to other people's energy and what energy you taking in and putting out, is like, I think of I don't know if you remember on Avatar, when Last Airbender, when he was teaching him how to take lightning and transmute it and send it out his other side. So he would take it in one arm, send it out the other arm, but you got to make sure you don't put it across your heart. You gotta make sure you don't put it across your heart chakra, or unless I'm saying it the opposite way, it might be that you have to put it across your heart. But either way,
Right,
it's something
yeah,
with the
you
heart.
saying it the right way, because he said you got to pass it through your stomach chakra.
Okay, that. So it's like, and that I feel like have a lot to do with the 0 point, right? So
Right.
like the when it comes to the whatever energy is going on, like whatever you do, what the first thing you get up now, and this is working wonders for me. Like, whenever you think about it, I don't know, I'm learning how to, and I'll share some resources with you if need be. But it's like you want to ground yourself, you want to center yourself, and you want to shield yourself. That's what any spiritual person does on a daily basis, and before and after whatever they're doing. And so like when you center yourself, first off, you ground yourself, and that way when you're giving yourself the image, that the and the feeling that you are, you're stable where you're at. You have protection that makes you feel, that's your first layer of protection, it feels like to me. And it's like you have something that will keep you in place, if need be, depending on what it is that you're doing anyway. And then when you centering, like, that's where the 0 point really comes in, because that center place wherever it, and that's wherever it is for you. And if you get in that center place and you know where you find that and you know where it is and you can always go there within yourself, that's like number one above like all things, because I feel like that's where you're gonna find, that's your soul, that's where that's where your Christ consciousness is real. That's it got to go through there. It gotta travel up through your heart, through your center, before it's going to where it is headed to. So it's like when you find your center, that's where you can take whatever somebody is sending your way, and you can take it into your sensor and transmute it and send it back out. And whether you send it back at them, or you can send it through where you're grounded at. You're grounded for, that's one of the reasons you're grounded, because you're taking energy and you're passing it through to the earth, because the earth can handle that. The earth can handle whatever you're sending it. So all that negative energy, that's where the grounding comes in at. You want to center yourself, because you're creating that 0 point for yourself, where it's like, those not my emotions. I don't have any. I'm still in the center of me. I am at stillness. So I'm silent in there. So nothing's disturbing that. So whatever is coming through there, it's just being transmuted, and you send it through the earth or back at whoever is sending it, or wherever. But you got places that you can take that energy and send it to. But that combined with everything that they said, I feel like that's like kind of like the backbone that will hold that with all the activities that they just gave you that you can do. Having that in mind while you're doing it, I feel like really it's helping me tremendously. So I'm just gonna say that.
Yeah, that sounds like intention. Also, having an intention of what it is you want to do. Where is it that you want to be? How is it that you want to feel? What is it that you want to create? Also, Vantai, you are a conductor of frequency. When you are creating music, that is the opportunity. It is a huge, I don't think you understand how powerful this is. Like, I've been doing so much homework on frequency. Yeah, I don't know. Music can like heal the world. It can literally take us to another dimension. We're literally living multi dimensions. So what is your gift? Your gift is to raise the vibrations with your music. That is your gift. You feel what I'm saying? That is what your mission is. You need to start pushing that shit out. You need to let everybody hear it. You need to create events for it. You need to move in action. You need to move in action. And also, I wanted to add to everybody else in the group. I know, like, up in the messages, I had posted one time a list of my shadow work. And some of us, we need action items. I know going within, but that shit didn't work for me before. I didn't get that shit about going within. You understand what I'm saying? I needed action items. So I would love to see other people that are in this call or in the chat to put a list of the things that has helped you move past some of the difficulties of being on this planet, of, moving into your inner G. I would love to see that.
Yes. Okay, can I share something? Because I remember Nefertiti had asked what are we here for? What's our purpose? And mine cut out. So what I was saying was that I'm here to learn and observe, but to also exercise my throat chakra, and I really love spoken word. So what I'm exercising is kind of just allowing people to hear the language that I speak, and that's me creating my own universe, because I feel like everyone is like kind of idiots around me. So I create my own universe when I meditate and train my subconscious that way. When I'm feeling angry, I go run. Like, I'm not gonna sit there and scream. Like, my scream is through my poetry. I'm gonna say that. But I go run and I get that adrenaline out. And when it comes to sadness, then I journal. But I really like that you asked us what's that action, because everything that you guys are saying me is material for this spoken word that I will be sharing with you guys.
Posh, okay? But guess what? Guess what? You just inspired me to read a poem.
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna read a poem that I wrote when someone asked me, how do I do it? So I had a really bad accident where half my face was road rash.
Okay.
And she's like, I started doing spin class like a month later. And she said, how do you do that? And I said, pain. But I was high at the time, so I didn't finish the statement. So let me share this with you guys. Release the pain. It is not you. It made you. It can't break you. Release the pain. It is not you. You are eternal love. Burn so bright, it brings sight to those blind to their light. Let the darkness guide you to the source of your inner fears. In order to heal, you must acknowledge your tears. Release the resentment. It has you shackled to the ocean floor. Fill your body with curiosity. Open your mind to telepatía. Come to the surface and open the door. Face your face. Meet the person you've been chasing. Release the rage. It has you stuck inside. Dance in the rain. Free your emotions. Scream outside. Can you feel the energy? Can you hear your soul? Your heart's frequency has the power to create you whole. Be who you came here to be. Be, just be.
Shay Cat, that was beautiful. I love you,
I
Empress.
say,
Shay. You see all of these people, Vontai, trying to pick you up. It's because we love you with all our heart chakra. And we
thank
know that
you
you
so
are a
much.
powerful, powerful soul. And you just vibrate higher. You hear me? You vibrate higher because you have a purpose and you are a bright light to our group. You always come with the best, best energy and you're always helping. And that's just who you are. And we thank you and
Thank
honor and
you.
appreciate you.
Y'all gonna make me cry. Can y'all hear me?
Yes,
Yeah,
we
we hear
can.
you. You're going to
Loud
make
and
me
clear.
cry. So don't make me cry because, like, I'm a big bag of water, cancer right here. Like, I cry. You know, the tears are jerks, so don't cry. Because we're not crying. If we crying, we having tears of joy.
Yeah.
I have something to share with you guys. I I joined this group because I want to know if anyone was experiencing the things that I was experiencing with the body. I've gone to the doctor numerous times and I can't find anything wrong with me, especially my head. I get these flashes of light a lot, and in the center of my head is like pressure, like somebody is pounding me, and there's a lot of pressure in the top of my head. I can't find nothing wrong with me. So I did some research to see if I was having some kind of spiritual attack. But come to find out, it wasn't a spiritual attack. It was my ascension, awakening. My body is upgrading. And for some reason, I am going through a very difficult time with it. But I'm adjusting to it. And that was it's hard for me to talk about it because I don't want people to think that I'm losing my mind.
Mm-hmm.
So I joined this group to see if anybody else was experiencing some of the things I'm experiencing, but to find out that people are. And I this group has made me feel so much relief inside. You know, I'm also deprogramming myself from working a job for
Cashapp.
30 years as a nurse. And this time that I have to be away from the job now, I don't know what to do with myself, because can you imagine going to work for 30 years of your life
Yeah.
and you don't have, I have everything, but it feels like I have nothing.
Understood.
And I'm trying to make myself more available for the group and figure out how the app and stuff work. So I'm taking this one step at a time, because it's only been like a couple of weeks since I walked off of my job. But I know I'm on the right path.
You are.
You know, I get out and I run my 5 miles every day. I'm very sensitive to food, so it's very much that I can eat at this point right now. So that's all I wanted to share with you guys.
Thank you, River. Thank you so much for that. For
Cashapp.
sharing that with us. Ashe. Happy to have you here too. You are always a bright light too when you come on. So happy to have you here, value and appreciate you. Anybody? Okay.
Yeah, me. I wanted to say why I came on. I came on because I was impressed by you, Empress. You had a world of knowledge. Yes. And also to start finding my tribe, you know, of people like-minded, heart-minded, soul-minded, individuals that wanted to build, you know. I'm really about action. I don't know if you guys kind of noticed, but I'm more action-minded kind of person. I like to put these things into practice. We can learn every day, but until we actually do it, we don't really know what the outcome is going to be. So I just really want to move in action and build with everyone in this group, to be honest, collaboration, anything that I know some folks have reached out and I've shared some resources. I'm really here to share resources and to share love expansion and yeah, and learn, always learning. So thank you again, Empress Nefertiti, for creating the group and giving us a safe space to share our experiences. Thank you again.
Gratitude and respect, Empress. I really value and appreciate you. You are a bright light to this group, and you share your experiences and things, and I really value and appreciate that within you. So thank you.
Ashe, gratitude, everybody.
Anyone else want to share?
I feel like I did already at some point.
Yeah, I did it already at the beginning.
Can you hear me?
Well, that's fine. Well, family, we're getting at
Somebody
about
said something.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry, go.
Can you hear me?
Very, very, very low. Very, very low.
I can barely
Yeah, I
hear
can't hear.
you. Let me try to get closer to my iPad. Can you hear me now?
You gotta get closer to your phone, Roderick.
Yeah, I'm using my iPad. Can you hear me now? I'm closer.
Hold on. I'm gonna hit my mute. So everybody hit mute and just see if our phones drowning him out.
Okay, can you hear me now?
You still low, brother.
Let me switch to my phone.
You know, our Telegram real funny. It'd be funny.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah. I think he finna switch and come back. So we'll let him come back. Okay, go ahead, Roderick.
Can you hear me now?
That's better.
Yeah.
Good. So I am new to this group. I'm not new to being aware, so to speak. My journey started about 12 years ago, and it's been coming in phases. The phase I'm at right now is trying to learn more about who or what I am. I follow you, Nefertiti, on Instagram, along with Isis and a couple of more people, Amina L. And Zeke, let me say thank you for sending me those notes. You sent me about the astrology stuff. It definitely helped put things in perspective, because when me and my wife sat down and started looking and researching, our astrological signs, I'm a Leo by birth, but from what I was reading, it kind of meshed more along the line with Virgo, the type of person that I am. But using that website you sent me, it breaks it all down, and it's starting to help me see better. And now I can see why I am like I am in certain aspects. And so I do want to say thank you for that. And some of you guys, I've been listening to some of your stories and testimonies, and it's really touching and moving. And so I'm not an extrovert. I'm more of an introvert type of person. So this is totally out the box for me. But I know that I got to, come out my shell, so to speak. And weirdly enough, me being in real estate, you would think that I'm used to talking to people and people I don't know and whatnot, but I'm still an introvert. So, but the point that we are at right now, I'm looking for some assistance to find out what is going on or what's attacking my wife, because for well over 10 years, she's had serious illness after serious illness, degenerative disc disease, bone marrow issues, leukemia, breast cancer. I mean, it's just one thing after another. It's never a break. And so I feel as if something, we both talked about this before, we feel like something's attacking her body. We don't know what it is. We don't know if it's karmic debt, we're trying to figure it out. So if anybody got information in that realm to try to help us maybe get a reading or something, we can kind of figure out what's going on and try to correct it, because she hasn't had what you would call a normal life in well over a decade now.
What does she eat?
To take its toll.
I'm sorry to cut you off. What does she eat? What does she eat?
What does she eat?
Yes.
To be honest, not much of anything. Not much of anything. She what you would call bird snacking, or she eat little small amounts of this and that. We tried going pescatarian for a while. Just chicken and fish, vegetables, fruits. We haven't eaten pork in about, I want to say 15 years now. I still may eat a little red meat every now and then, but she doesn't eat that at all. Her stomach can't tolerate meat.
Right. I would suggest she do an alkaline diet instead. I think she'll see a lot of improvement in her health that way. I usually tell people that's in their early or late 40s or whatever, or even their late 30s, to try the alkaline diet, because I really feel like it'll work.
Alkaline, yes. I agree 100% with what Valentine is saying. And the more alkaline your blood is, it fights cancer metastasis.
Absolutely.
Sour salt, black seed oil, sorrel. It's a number of them.
And stuff stocked up. I actually bought some real sour salt.
and I
Mhm.
kept the seeds out of it so I could grow some. Because I do a little gardening too.
Mhm.
So, trying to grow our own vegetables and fruit and try to stay closest to clean as possible. A couple of weeks ago, I did a 2-week fast where I only had, herbal smoothies, water, and 100% fruit juice. And then during those 2 weeks, I started to have a lot of visions.
Mhm.
Um, I had some dreams here lately, and she doesn't dream at all. And she said, "Well, why are you having dreams and I'm not?" And I said, "Well, maybe you need to do what Isis said, put some water under the bed and try that." But yeah, I've been having, dreams like crazy, and it's kind of eye opening, the content of those dreams. So when I meditated during those 2 weeks, I asked for answers to a few things, and I believe that I received those answers. I'm still waiting on some confirmation for some other things that I asked for. So it's put me in a different headspace.
Understood.
I would like to say this to you, sir. It sounds like your wife needs to cleanse with burdock root. Burdock root, it cleanses the blood. And once
Burdock
you
root.
filter all the bad things out of the blood, your health and stuff will get a lot better. And some
Mhm.
sarsaparilla, I think I say that right.
Yeah.
Some get some of that. All those things right there will help definitely. I'm gonna work on. I'm working on a list of all the herbs and roots and things that I use and get this posted as quickly as possible because the young lady was speaking earlier. It sounds like she needs something to help calm her anxiety down, the rage that makes her angry. So I have a list of all these kind of herbs that will help. I'm gonna get
Okay,
that
well, yeah, as
posted.
soon as
Ah,
you can get
shade.
that, I would definitely appreciate that.
Ah, shade.
She is she does study herbalism because she makes natural body care products like soaps and body butters and stuff like that. She's got a huge book full of herbs and what they do and whatnot, the medical properties and stuff. And so, and not to mention, she's an empath.
That's what I was about to ask you if she's an empath because we're prone to cancer.
Yeah, so she's an empath, and sometimes she have these spells where she just wigs out. Um, I I don't really know if that's the empath part or she just tired. She says she's just tired of hurting.
Mm.
Yeah, that can be. That's the main thing that causes cancer. Cancer comes from like.
It's
I,
a. Go ahead.
it's, I'm sorry, but I feel like it comes because my mom, she died from breast cancer. Well, she didn't die from breast cancer. She died from lung and spine cancer. And when they told me that she died, because it started off as breast cancer, but they said it spread it to her brain and her spine. And when I thought
Mhm.
about the things that she always did, she only thing she did was during her final days was like she used to stay in the bed 24/7.
Yeah.
And she used to, be on her tablet watching movies and stuff like that. And only thing I think of is that it went to the weakest parts of her body because that's all she did was lay on her back and watch movies inside of her tablet.
That's
So
funny
I
you
feel
should
like
say that because the hospital said that she has a tumor in her spine and that's causing a lot of the pain she's having in her back. They want to do a bone marrow transplant, but she don't want them to touch her because
Hey, brother.
they've done some experimented on her before, so she
Mm.
don't trust the hospital.
She don't trust them.
Absolutely, I wouldn't trust them neither.
Absolutely, I wouldn't either, and I don't see the point in doing a bone marrow transplant if we're talking about multiple. I don't. Well, let me just.
Absolutely.
But
I have some
because
suggestions.
it depends on what's causing it, and like I have to have a outside talk, but if you're an adult, if you're older like us, like bone marrow is the least way to go because usually our immune system would fight that and it would just cause a worse sequelae, you understand? Because our immunity is already built up and
Yeah, it's
we'll
a lot
attack, a
to it. It's
graft on graft attack.
like all of this is interconnected together. The degenerative disc disease, the tumor in the spine, the bone, her immune system is down. The leukemia, all of it's connected together.
Yeah, it definitely
I
is.
I honestly feel like it has something to do with her, just her spirit, her being tired and stuff like that. I feel like once she get her mind and stuff together and start thinking better, making like just thinking better. I don't know how to pity y'all. I'm just so wrapped up in myself right now. But I feel like once she get herself together, as far as her spirit, I feel like her health will start seeing progress because I feel like that's probably what the problem is. Especially if these problems came out of nowhere and y'all don't have any family history with it or anything like that, and then it's connected to the other one. I feel like it just probably something with her spirit. She probably just needs to get her spirit together. Like something's probably bothering her and holding her down that's creating that. Because I feel like mostly diseases come from ourselves and our mind and
The
what we think.
disease is from within, but the question I have now is was maybe a toxin introduced into her body that has caused a gene that would normally shut off or turn on her natural killer cells to actually kill the cancer has now been shut off, and that's why she's having all of these different events.
I
Just
think
from
that's
what
what
you're
it is.
telling me, so
I think that's what it is because back in
yes, that's
2012,
exactly what has happened. Is from what you're
they
saying.
diagnosed her with breast cancer back in 2012. Now, here's the trick. This is
Yeah.
why she don't trust the hospital. When she changed doctors, we noticed that a lot of her breast cancer doctors were being transferred to other hospitals. Just about every doctor that dealt with her got transferred. We went to get her medical records and found out that there's no record of her being treated for that breast cancer.
Yeah,
They didn't give her
something.
chemotherapy or anything.
No, she received it, but they didn't give a record for it, correct?
Right. So they were giving her these chemo pills and radiation.
But they ain't got no record of what the pills were that they gave her?
Those
Son of
records
a
just all but
bitch.
disappeared.
Wow.
There's no
And
record of her being
chemotherapy
treated
is
for it.
a silent killer too. Chemotherapy is definitely a silent killer because my mama didn't start experiencing any of the symptoms until she started doing chemotherapy. The cough, the her feet swelling up, her legs swelling up. All of that came after she started receiving chemotherapy, and that's why I say it's a big thing with the mind because you know, you going through what you're going, she going through what she was going through at the time, or whatever the case may be. All of them symptoms didn't start to show itself until she found out she had the cancer. But before she had the cancer, her health was perfect in my eyes. They just told her she had cancer, and it scared her.
Okay, so I'm gonna put her on. She can tell you about what's going on with her better than I can. So this is my wife, Izella. Take it out. Talk up so they can hear you.
Hello.
Hello. Hey, how are you?
I'm good. How
Hi.
are you?
I'm doing well.
So I was telling them about your issues you've been having for the last decade and
I
trying to
think the
figure out
phone
whether or
went.
not why you're being attacked in your
Can you
body.
all hear?
Yes, I
Yeah.
can.
Okay.
So Would y'all mind repeating what you were saying? Can you
He
hear?
said, "Yeah, I can hear." Well, like I was saying, I feel like mainly probably problem is starting with the spirit and stuff like that, like getting in tune with yourself and just like trying to clear all of the worrying and stuff like that, because worrying and your emotion feeds the disease in my eyes. I was like I said, I would suggest the alkaline diet to start off, like getting up in the morning, drinking hot water, making sure it's boiled and filtered or whatever. And just I don't know, y'all, because it's such a touchy topic to me because I lost my mom to it, and still wish to this day I knew the answers. But I feel like more, just get your mind together, and eat right, and I feel like your health will show progress.
Um, Basically, I think what I had contributed was because of the different manifestation or diseases he told me, like leukemia, the breast cancer, the tumor to the spine. I had questioned as whether you may have come into contact with the actual toxin that has shut off some of your natural function to be able to kill the cancer cells. Because what we have to understand about cancer, and what I want everyone to understand, is we have cancerous cells in our body every day. But our natural immune system, especially our natural killer cells and T cells and things, B cells, fight and kill these cancer cells. And the overgrowth is when that system breaks down. So what Vontai is saying about the diet is key, but also what's important is you need to do things that will help to boost your immunity. And I think River was giving some suggestion of certain herbs and things that you can use. I would definitely say sunlight, positive attitude is a lot, because when you start to manifest the physical manifestations of it, you're battling two things right now, because you're going to be tired, because physically your body's exerting a lot of energy to fight these cells, you understand? And then physically you're going to be in pain because it's painful, and that pain also releases stuff to your body as well, and it affects your mind, makes you feel depressed, things of that nature. So you battling on all fields right now. So diet is a big part of it, because if they did, what concerns me is that you received some type of therapy and we don't really know what it was, because there is no record of it. So that's concerning, because I don't know what, I can't, it's a big deal to know what type of radiation they gave you, because that would give us the clue as to what the side effects of that drug could have been, so we could maybe more pinpoint it. But since we don't know, we have to probably take more of an approach of trying to just raise your immunity and go from there. But if we can get you to that point, spiritually and physically alkalize your diet, that will help you. But you gotta really cut out all of the processed stuff as soon as possible, because that's just doing nothing more than putting them toxins into your body that may have caused your condition. And I don't know what your blood type is, but whatever your blood type is, what you should know, you should begin to research foods, herbs, and plants for your blood type that work good with your blood type, because that's also going to help you with your immunity. Because right now we need to boost your natural immune function, or help it to help you, because the more immune cells that you have in your body naturally that can fight the cancerous cells, you understand, the better off you will be. But it's a multi-pronged attack. It's not something that we can do overnight, but we will try to do all of the resources we can to help you. You understand? As much as I can,
Yeah.
and go ahead. I'm just talking, but that was basically what I was saying in a nutshell.
I'd like to add a few suggestions. Doc, if you can back me up on that. So, brother, what you can do for your wife, you can try like hydrocolon therapy, cupping, acupuncture, grounding also helps with the lymphatic system to help her move. You can also do another therapy called EBOO, which is the extracorporeal blood oxygenation and ozonation. So what they do is they use your blood, so they drain your blood. It goes through a machine where it provides oxygen and goes through oxygenate like an ozone spray. Then they reintroduce your blood back to your body. So basically, they're cleaning your blood naturally with oxygen and ozone.
Would you mind
Also,
sending that to me in a message?
oh yeah,
Kind of
definitely.
like a
I can
summary
post
of
that
it.
in a group chat. Also,
Yeah,
too,
and go ahead.
yeah, like the armpits is one major lymph node, right? So if your wife is using like those synthetic deodorant,
Yeah,
that can
gotta cut
contribute
all of
to,
that out.
Now she
to your
actually
problem
makes
also.
her own
Every
deodorant, lotion,
okay.
soap.
Okay.
Make
Also to
sure.
foot bath too.
Go ahead.
Foot bath with Epsom salt and natural herbs and use like a foot bath.
Yeah, and as far as the soaps and the things that you source, make sure whatever supplier that you're getting them from, it's not just putting that they're organic on them and really are. Really look into that because we have a lot of manufacturers that'll say something is organic and naturally processed and it's not. So, and it has stuff in it that they're not putting on the label. And I just noticed because I work in pharmaceutical and chemical manufacturing. So I have seen them send out stuff that says organic, natural, and it's not organic and it's not natural and it's actually created in a lab. So really source the sources that you are getting your soaps from, perfume, any of that type of stuff. And if you could go without it or just go all the way natural, that would be what would be best because any additional toxins added to your body is just something else that you're going to have to fight on top of what you're fighting. Um, and are you anemic? Because that's a one thing that I would want to caution about in doing some of the different therapies or whatever. If you are anemic with leukopenia, sometimes that can make the condition more severe. So, like it's complicated a little, but there are things though. But some things we have to be more precautious than others because leukopenia or anemia, we don't want you to bleed.
Yeah, she actually bruises easy.
And I think that's
I can't
all.
hear. Yeah, I can't hear you, Roderick, or whoever's speaking.
Yeah, I'm done.
Oh, I wanted to recommend this book, Sacred Woman by Queen Afua. I feel like it's a really great support guide when it comes to healing your mind and healing your body. And then I have some websites if you want some herbal blends, because to get all of them individually, it can be expensive or you might not know where to look. But yeah, I'll send that information to you. And shout out to, is it Makai? Shout out to him because um yeah, like the lymphatic system is constantly absorbing toxins. So when it comes to like even what you cook your food in and store your food in, the shower filter, all that stuff like that, it's like constantly attacking your body. So to hydrate your body and to hydrate your cells, I did see something about I think it was food grade hydrogen peroxide is a form to oxygenate your cells, because sometimes we're flooding our body with vitamins and nutrients, and it doesn't really get past the barrier of the cell because it's lacking oxygen, or it can't receive the oxygen.
I wouldn't recommend hydrogen peroxide for her, because of certain conditions that she said that she has, and everybody needs to be precautious of taking hydrogen peroxide because it damages the lining of the stomach.
Oh,
Will
really?
affect your absorption of minerals. Yes, yes. A lot of people, like certain chemicals and things like that, we really have to study what it is we putting into our body and what it does. Hydrogen peroxide kills good and bad cells, and when you ingesting it and putting it into your stomach lining, you're adding hydrogen particles to an already acidic environment, and that can cause catastrophic effects. You have had people that have taken too much hydrogen peroxide and actually died because they burnt their esophagus or caused a hole in their stomach. So we have to really
So
research some stuff.
was this
Yeah.
the regular they were taking, or was it the
No,
food?
food, it's all, listen, hydrogen peroxide is hydrogen peroxide. You have chemical grade because the grades come in and you'll say it's chemical grade because it's made with a different type of, it's manufactured a different way with a different type of chemical. And you will say it's food grade because the chemicals that they used are supposed to be able to be ingested by the body. But that doesn't change the fact that you're ingesting hydrogen peroxide, though. And it doesn't oxygenate cells. It actually takes oxygen from the cells. So from a chemical standpoint, I would not ingest hydrogen peroxide into my body on any level. That's just me. You have to know, like, when you go into this oxygen and O2 therapy and stuff, oxygen is a free radical, and free radicals in the body create danger as well. So you really got to be trained and know what you're doing when you're introducing oxygen into your body, because oxygen can actually cause cancer. And that in itself. Ozone, that's a form of oxygen, and that can be formed in your body from ingesting hydrogen peroxide. So I'm a molecular biologist, got a minor in chemistry, so I'm just giving you some real organic chemistry straight on the face. So that type of stuff, really, really research that stuff. And if you don't know, find somebody that do before you ingest something like that. But I would never take no hydrogen peroxide. I would never do that to I would not. Everybody on their own with that. But the reason why is just like I said, when you ingest it, it's H2O2. It goes into your stomach. You have hydrogen protons in your stomach, and it's going to break them hydrogen bonds, and then you're going to have excess hydrogen in your stomach, and that stuff directly interferes with the mucus lining of your stomach, and it degrades it. And there have been plenty incidences of people taking hydrogen peroxide who have had throat burns, who have had stomach burns, who have caused themselves to have stomach ulcers. And some people have actually died from causing, it eats through the stomach lining, and then the acid in their stomach gets into their stomach and cause peritonitis, and that is it. Like, if the acid from your stomach or gets into your stomach, that's a catastrophic situation. So really, guys, take precaution in some of this stuff that you're taking and what you're reading online, and really know what you're doing and you ingesting. This goes for herbs too, because herbs are a medicine, people. So certain herbs cannot go together. Certain herbs cannot go with certain medical conditions. So as a physician, I'm telling you guys right now, don't be out here just reading off the line and putting these herbs and stuff together. You need to really be trained. If you don't know, take a herbal medicine class, because herbs can kill you too. Just know that.
Thank you for sharing that, Empress.
Definitely,
I want to,
definitely.
yeah, I definitely want to say, like, yeah, use precaution with anything that you take. And something that works for one person is not going to be the truth for another person, you know? But I'll definitely share the links where I found that information if you want to chop it up later, Nefertiti. But thank you for that information.
Definitely, Empress. And I'll tell anybody that, because it's a lot of information now, and a lot of people want to get into, herbalism and, how to find natural remedies and stuff like that. And it's the right thing to do. But we have to exercise precautions, you understand, with what the information that we get and how we using it to our bodies. And we have to start vetting this information to make sure that what the information is, because anybody, can put information there, but are you medically trained? Are you herbally trained for real? Like, where are your certifications at? Or are you just posting? You understand what I'm saying? Like, we got to start busting that down too, because we don't want to hurt ourselves trying to help ourselves. So.
Right. And so let me ask, on the spiritual side of things or the cosmic side of things, what do you think it could be?
Well, it's on the face, and I'm gonna talk a little bit longer. Then I'm gonna have to drop off, guys, because I got some other stuff to do. But on the face of everything, brother, it's a blockage of energy. So spiritually, that's what I feel causes cancer. It's an energy blockage. It then get released, and it manifested into the physical as a cancer. And so that's why I think everybody was moving towards like doing things to like meditate and grounding. And I think Nakai talked about that, and Pash, and it might have been Kat, and I know Von Todd is just doing that type of work too on the spiritual side. But since you already have the physical manifestations of that now, you got a two-pronged attack. You got to go spiritual, but now you also have to do stuff to remove all of the toxins, because what you have to realize is that if you're dealing with something that maybe genetically might have caused this cancer, then only thing that they given us, everything in it causes cancer. Everything that they giving you causes cancer. Even the water that we drink that's being treated at the plant causes cancer. So you understand what I'm saying? Like, you got to do all that you can on that side to eliminate. And then spiritually, you got to try to work on that manifestation too. So it's really two-pronged. But you understand where I'm coming from now? Like, the cancer's manifested, so you got to attack that. But then mentally and spiritually, you got to, vibrate higher and do that too, because that's going to help your body get stronger. That's going to help your immune system, because your immune system is tied to your higher self and your spiritual functioning, because your spirit is your energy. So that's what, yeah. And empaths, we get cancer because we don't know how to dissipate the energy, and then it manifests into cancer. But once it manifests into the cancer, then your body physically is under attack too. So it's like multi-dimensional that you got to do, because it's not one or the other anymore. But yeah, so that's all.
Thanks.
Does anybody else have anything else they want to contribute to the discussion before I fall off? Anyone? Well, all right, you guys. Roderick, Pash, Z, Cat, River, Derek, thank you all for sharing today and sharing your stories and everything of why you're here. And I guess if no one else has anything else that they want to bring to the floor, I guess I'll end the discussion unless you all want to continue to talk, and I can just leave the chat. Let me know what you all would prefer. Well, I
I'm
guess
good on my end. Yeah, I'm good on my end.
okay. Well, I guess I'll end this discussion for today, guys. I value and appreciate y'all. I thank everybody for their input and contributing. And I'll see you next week, the same time at 1 p.m. I'm going to leave the thing open for a little while, for a couple of days, in case anybody else wants to schedule anything like meditations or something, because it only lets us, it won't let you go live on here or do it, while I have something scheduled. But then about Thursday, I'll just go ahead and schedule the meeting. And then if somebody still wants to come on, they could just cancel it and then just reschedule it. Cool. All right, guys. Well, peace, love, and light to you guys, okay? And vibrate higher, and I'll talk to you guys next week.
Peace, love, and light.
Peace.